We're going to look at it. So foul there on Indiana, on hold there. But then that is a technical.
That is a technical. Dead ball, contact technical.
It's a little surprising to see so many of these happen in one game because...
Oh, and I don't like the way Lexie Hull...
Remember the last time the Indiana Fever and Minnesota Lynx faced off? Lexie Hull caught an elbow straight to the face from Kayla McBride, and somehow, the refs whistled her instead. Fast forward to this matchup, and Hull got the ultimate revenge. In the Fever's massive win over Minnesota, she delivered a moment that wasn't just highlight material, it was personal redemption. Proof of toughness, proof of grit, and proof this team is built different.
Final score, Fever 83, Lynx 72. Indiana ends the regular season with an exclamation point. Fever have won 3 in a row as they enter the playoffs.
But here's the bigger question. How does a team even survive when half its rotation disappears? The Fever had to learn the hard way. Caitlin Clark, gone with a groin injury. Sophie Cunningham, MCL tear. Sydney Colson, ACL tear. Kayla Pointer, knee gone. Ari McDonald, broken foot. That list alone could make a playoff caliber starting 5, yet Indiana suddenly had all of them stuck in street clothes. No roster planning could prepare for that.
I know a lot of people will talk about Nafisa not playing, but I think they're really good with or without her. You know, they're just a really great basketball team. So I think it was a big win for us because they set the bar high standard wise. We know what to expect when it comes to Minnesota Lynx, and so I think going into the playoffs, it was big for us because being able to know guarding Courtney Williams, knowing that her thing is a pull up, knowing that now instead of not knowing that, it's big for us because we give ourselves a chance, and if they are the standard, we get to see where we are.
And then came the gut punch. The official announcement that Caitlin Clark's rookie season was over. What started as a nagging groin strain ended with a season-ending shutdown. For a fan base that lived and breathed her energy, that was brutal. Clark wasn't just a ticket seller, she was the heartbeat of the franchise. Losing her looked like the nail in the coffin for Indiana's playoff push.
One of the things that I've been impressed with these guys since even the offseason, really the ones that I was able to work out with in the offseason, is how hard they work. There's a work ethic and there's a work style, and to approach everything in the same way, to be so energetic, enthusiastic, and dedicated every day. And I felt that way in training camp too. There weren't any days where I had to bring that out of them. So I think it's the nature of the women that we brought into this organization to continue to just bust their butts and play hard.
Because while Clark cheered from the bench, Kelsey Mitchell stepped into the void and lit the league on fire. She didn't just score more, she became the centerpiece, averaging over 20 a night, even while defenses threw doubles at her every possession. She rewrote the Fever record books and became the most productive scorer the franchise has ever seen.
kind of all the other things like offensive rebounding that she can do.
Knocked away. Boston comes up with a steal. Here is Mitchell veering through the paint and lays it in.
She's so quick, and especially when she gets out in the open floor, you'll see her coming down. The quick left to right crossover just gets by. I thought she was sprinting. I didn't think she was lumbering.
It was a lumber sprint.
Up for the big girl.
Mitchell like a blur.
And in the paint, Aliyah Boston turned into Indiana's anchor. A steady 15 points, 8+ boards, and a brand new team record for rebounds in a single season. Against bigger bodies, she stood tall. No matter how chaotic the rotations got, Boston was the stabilizer that kept Indiana's defense alive.
Only 8 teams have ever done that. 7 of them went on to win the title. As Boston gets free and lays it in.
She will be on my first team.
Boston in the paint, sneaks through 2 and lays it in.
So ask yourself, with all that carnage, did this team really still have playoff hopes? Logic says no, but Indiana never listened to logic. They turned every setback into fuel. Role players stepped up. Hardship signings chipped in double digits. Bench players embraced the spotlight. The Fever stopped treating injuries as a death sentence and started treating them as a rallying cry.
Fever done with the MVP, okay? Bow, bow, bow! Hell yeah. You already know what it is. Dubs in the chain, you already know what it is. You already know what it is. Let's go to the playoffs with some momentum, baby.
And by the time Minnesota rolled in, the narrative had changed. This wasn't about excuses. This was about resilience. Indiana came in already locked for the postseason, but with the chance to climb the standings and maybe grab the 6th seed. For casual fans, that might not sound like much. But for a locker room that had been counted out, it meant validation. It meant proving they belonged.
Before the playoffs start Sunday tonight, it's regular season game 44 of 44 for the Fever as they host the WNBA's best team in 2025, the Minnesota Lynx.
Remember, just weeks ago, this team dropped 4 of 5. Momentum gone, critics circling, and the "no Clark, no chance" talk getting louder. Teams usually collapse in that spot. Instead, Indiana flipped the switch. 3 straight gritty wins. The third, against Minnesota.
It'll be Alana Smith jumping it up against Aliyah Boston. The ball is tipped, and it's time to hoop at Indy.
A 10-0 run to start this game for Indiana, and Minnesota wants a timeout.
Powers up top, tees it up, 3. It's good! Energy!
Kicks it out, Powers. You bet! Back-to-back threes from Aerial Powers.
The Fever double up the Lynx in the first quarter. It's Indiana 28, Minnesota 14.
And the way they did it left no doubt. From the opening tip, Indiana punched first with a 10-0 run. By halftime, they were up double digits. Minnesota, ice cold, just 2 for 20 from deep. Every miss felt heavier, every rebound screamed Fever basketball. And for once, it wasn't about what Indiana lost. It was about what they built.
Indiana is 4 for 4 from three-point range. Mitchell connects on a 3. Sims leaning jumper is good.
Kelsey driving left, puts it in off the backboard.
Built to it for the first half. Indiana shoots 58% from the floor.
That's it for today's video. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.